Hey, what's up guys? Just got back from work. You can see I didn't even get to change my clothes yet. I got my work clothes on and my badge still. I'm so excited I want to turn the camera on because I just got my knife in the mail. This is a new knife. It's not mine. It's nothing to keep. It's actually part of a Passaround. If you're not familiar with Passarounds, they have them on the forums all the time. Basically, someone offers up something they own and it gets passed around among whoever wants to try it out. And this one's a Passaround for Balisong from the guys over at the Flipping Arena. Now this knife belongs to Knifezoid over at the Flipping Arena, and I want to give them a special thanks for doing this. It's very cool of you to let everyone try out your knife. There's a couple guys in the list. I'm actually the third person to have it, and there'll be a bunch more after me. But anyway, here's the knife. It is the Spyderco Sablefly Balisong, and so far I love it. I mean, I literally only had it about 10 minutes, but it's a pretty cool knife. A little hard to flip, maybe I'll get used to that, we'll see. But it's got some beautiful lines on it, and it is darn sharp. I'll have to eventually do a cutting demo for you. But just awesome knife. Just want to make this quick little starter part of the video here. I'm going to basically, over the next couple days, I'll do a little bit of footage here and there, and I'll put it all together in this video so you can see that. But I'm going to share my thoughts, and at the end of the video, I'm going to rate this 1 to 10 on a couple different areas, as far as like looks and feel and construction, stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Just want to pop the camera on and share my excitement about it. Just took it out of the box, like I said, maybe 10-15 minutes ago, and it's pretty cool. So I'll check it out, and I'll get back to you again. All the links to the Flipping Arena, to Knifezoid's page here on YouTube, because he goes under a different name, as well as, like I said, the link to the forum over at the Flipping Arena. If you guys haven't checked it out already, if you're into Balisongs at all, you got to check the site out. Great group of guys over there. Just a fun place to hang out. I wish I could spend more time there myself, but obviously between my my YouTube thing that I do and my actual work is picking up now. Now that's getting towards spring. I just don't have the time for it, but it's definitely a cool place to check out if you like Balisongs and you want to have little friendly challenges. So anyway, just want to show you that real quick, share my excitement again, the Spyderco Sablefly. So now I can't wait to flip it. Alright, I'll get back to you guys. Take care. Hey, what's up guys? Alright, well, it's been about an hour and a half since I started playing around with this. I've been taking it really easy, nothing super crazy. I did try to do one basic aerial, and the thing rotates totally different than what I'm used to, how the weight distribution is on the handles, and I did get a decent little cut towards my palm here. Nothing super crazy, nothing to go to the hospital over, but it's a darn sharp knife. I mean, just ridiculous, this blade. You know what, hold on a second, let me grab a piece of paper. I'll do a quick little demo for you, just a piece of regular printer paper here. I mean, this thing is just ridiculously sharp. And that tip, I mean, that's what scares me the most with aerials. If I screw up an aerial, that tip's going to definitely penetrate in, probably 1/8 of an inch with no problem. Just super sharp. Try not to bleed on it though, because this is going to other people after me. And by the way, the people who had it before me, especially Lucy, I know he cut himself on it, and thank you for cleaning off the blood. That was very nice of you. But anyway, just beautiful, beautiful knife. Let me show you the blade here up close. I think what contributes to being such a sharp blade, I mean, Spyderco does a great job on older factory edges, but it's going to be hard to see here, but I noticed that the secondary bevel, basically when you have the first grind line coming down, you have a second angle that changes towards the very edge, and that's very shallow, okay, so it makes for a really sharp edge. And when I'm all done here, I will strop this up so it has pretty much that factory edge on there, if not sharper, for the next guy. So if he does get cut, it will be a pleasant one. And what I mean by that is, when you get cut with a really sharp blade, usually you don't even feel it. Okay, this cut here, I got my palm, I didn't even feel that until it started bleeding. So, I mean, it starts to burn once you kind of play with it and poke at it, but, the really sharp blade, you don't even know until after you're cut, until you see blood. Alright guys, just going to try a little bit of a flipping session here for you. Hopefully I don't get cut up too bad. Again, it's super hard to get familiarized with this knife. I do have a short period of time. I'm not trying to do anything too crazy because I don't want to drop it because it's not mine. I will try an aerial, at least one aerial, But anyway, just gonna do some simple stuff for you here. The last one didn't work out too good. Alright, you know what, here, let me just, I gotta get over my fear of trying an aerial here. I don't want to do it. Let's, alright, come on, let's give it a go here. Alright, not too bad. The weight is very different than what I'm used to, so that's what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to drop it. Alright guys, I'm just going to flip this around for you a little bit. Maybe give you some more thoughts on the knife. I'm being a little bit easy on it because, again, it's not my knife, but I also don't want to really kind of jack myself up either. But we'll see. And trying some of the rollovers and stuff with it. Alright guys, it's been 3 days since I've received the Spyderco Sablefly in the Balisong Passaround over at the flipping arena. And I just want to do this little kind of up close detailed look at the knife, give you some of my thoughts on it after playing around with it for 3 days. By the way, I'm using my webcam here. I kind of rigged something up. It's not it's not that sturdy, but hopefully it'll work for this this demonstration. But I figure the quality is really good, and I might be able to get up close with this as well. So anyway, Spyderco Sablefly, as I said before, it's a really nice looking knife. It does have beautiful lines. It's extremely comfortable in ergonomics. Basically, you have these two finger twirls here for your pointer finger and middle finger, and then your ring and pinky just kind of rest right on there on that little curve. It's very comfortable on the front end. And on the back, you have a nice curvature which matches the line of your hand and your palm. And of course, this little slope comes back up, so it's kind of a recurve for your thumb. And I mean, if you look at this, it literally just melts in your hand. It is an awesome knife to hold. It feels really good. Has great ergonomics. You know, but most of you out there flip balisongs. You don't necessarily use them to actually cut stuff. If you use this to cut things, it would excel. It is a razor sharp blade. There's a very shallow secondary bevel on this blade, which helps to make it just super sharp. You do have a lot of sweep or belly in the blade, as well as a very acute tip. Okay, so to actually use this knife, you know, for utility work or whatever, it would be very good. I know you think the blade is kind of extreme and it wouldn't excel at all, but you know, I'm looking at just the grind lines. I mean, if this was straight, you probably wouldn't say it wouldn't be a bad blade. You know what I mean? It's just because there's so much metal taken out of the spine here, it just looks kind of funky, and like it would be weird to actually use. But you have to imagine if this was just straight, you know, it'd be like kind of a modified drop point. You know, it is a great knife to actually use. Unfortunately, I won't have the time to actually use this for utility work and testing it out. It is on loan. It's just part of a pass around, so it's not my knife to actually use, unfortunately. But this is just kind of a preliminary look at the knife. Again, with that very acute tip, the only problem I would see or drawback is the fact that it might be very difficult to pierce into things that are harder without maybe snapping it off or chipping, because it is very acute and fine. So that is one drawback as far as the utility blade. But again, I would say most people who have these balisongs, they flip them. You know, that's the fun of owning a balisong. Even though I always felt it's a great knife, a great design to actually use, it is for flipping, okay? And unfortunately, this one is not the best flipper. Maybe I'm just not familiarized with it, or I'm not experienced enough to flip this fluently. But it was very difficult, again, because of the curved design, the handles, as well as, it might be hard to tell here, but there's a lot more metal on this bite handle, okay, which makes it heavier, and it doesn't have the same rotation, okay, especially for aerials. Even after 3 days, I didn't do too bad or anything really extreme. What I mean not too bad is that I didn't really cut myself. I only cut myself on day 1, which I showed you in that other portion of the video. But I didn't do anything too crazy. I did a couple reverse aerials and a couple rollovers, things like that, just just to get used to it. But it rotates differently because it's heavier on the bite handle as opposed to the safe handle here. So I guess something you just have to get used to, like anything else. If you were to practice with this for a long time, I'm sure you can get pretty fluent with it. But I just don't have that time. But it is a beautiful knife. It's definitely a very cool collector's piece. A lot of Spyderco knives, become very collectible. This is definitely no exception, or it's no exception to that kind of rule of thumb. Very, very cool knife, as you see there in the blade, Lacey Sabo design. That's why it's called the Sabo Fly. Let me try to zoom in here, or focus rather. Hold on a second. Again, I got this whole thing kind of rigged up, so bear with me. So let's see if I turn this, rotate that. Let's see if we can get it nice and close. There we go. So this is what I can't do with my regular camera. That's why I like my webcam. You can see there, 154 CM blade steel. Very nice blade steel, again, to actually use. Will hold a very decent edge. You can get it nice and sharp. There's a Spyderco logo, and then, of course, the Lacey Sabo. All right, if you don't know who Lacey Sabo is, look him up. Very interesting guy. A lot of history. He's in a couple movies. Extensive martial art background. I believe he has a military background, if I'm not mistaken. Just a real interesting guy. But anyway, he was the kind of designer of this knife. He worked with Spyderco. So anyway, pocket clip is swappable to the other side here. I didn't find it to be an issue. A lot of people don't like flipping with the pocket clip. I had no problem whatsoever with it. It didn't get in the way. If you wanted to remove it, very simple little Torx screw. Take 2 seconds to pop it off. It's not permanent. If you want to put it back on anytime, you can. Quick little note, it does not lock in the open position, just like the Spyderfly. That's for legal reasons, but it will lock in the closed position, okay, for carry. If you want to carry in your pocket, you don't have to worry about it coming apart and having that blade exposed in your pocket. Fit and finish is awesome on this knife, just like a lot of different Spydercos. I mean, the machining is just superb. Screws and hardware is completely flush with the handle. It's just a really top-notch job they did on this knife. The tang pin on here is perfectly even on either side, and I guess crimped properly too. There's no, metal mush to the side or anything. It's just, attention to detail. It is a, superb knife in general. But, for me, it's just not my favorite flipper. That's all. Beautiful knife. I would love to have it in my collection, as would anyone who's interested in Balisongs. It is a very unique design and very appealing, to, I think, a lot of people. So anyway, just some little notes there on the... oh, one more thing I want to tell you. I think I mentioned this in the first part, but I don't remember because it was 2 days ago. But when you're doing ricochets with this knife, you could see the design here. You have that extreme sweep, and then it goes into the false edge or swedge on the back. Right here is a point, okay? And although it's not like super sharp or pointy, it's pointy enough where when you're doing ricochets and it's slapping against your knuckle, okay, or your top of your fingers here, it gets very, very sore very quickly. Okay, so you get a lot of hand fatigue. And you know what I'm talking about. If you flip a balisong, pretty hard for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes straight, your hand starts getting beat up. But you definitely have a faster fatigue with this knife than you do any other knife because of the fact that you do get hit with that point right there. So just another point I wanted to make. No pun intended. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Take care.